Uh-oh. You relapsed on yearning again, didn't you? No. Jessica wants to fire the laser. But what, pray tell, will he do for a living after that? Just gonna leave the laser out in the cold? I do have to say, no matter how shitty any sort of media is, or how shitty your own creations are, always remember, at least it's not AI, ba-dum-bum. My mother is playing Pikmin and yelling at them in the exact tone of voice she uses for me and my siblings. So we go into fight or flight every time. We thought initially that this meant she regarded the Pikmin as akin to her children, but now I fear she's always viewed us as Pikmin. Did she ever throw you by the stem to attack a giant bug? First thing I'd do as a skeleton is drink red wine from a goblet and have it spill out everywhere. Second thing I'd do is play my ribs like a xylophone. RAM should cost $1, and every AI peddling CEO should be fed to a large beast. Mr. Beast? He is being fed to the beast too. He's called Mr. Beast because he's first in line to be fed to the beast. A bird pooped on my head on the way to work? How do you know the bird was on the way to work? Don't make me angrier than I am. In 2026, remember how good writing feels. Remember how satisfying it is to get your characters to the point you have been dying to get to, where they will experience the love, fear, relief, or whatever the feeling you want to bring to life may be. Let this year be the year of writing, progress, and of satisfactory endings. You're goddamn right. I'm sorry, but if an ancient dragon wanted to be my mate, I would simply ignore the imbalanced power dynamic and problematic age gap because it would be really hot. Ah, yes, golden rule number 1 of fantasy. It's all okay as long as it's a dragon. Get your knives out and cut this glass onion, the dead man said, awakely. This fanfiction writing is easy. I have the heart of a lover with the soul of a hater and the mind of somebody with really great tits. Me listing my spell components. There's something so funny about talking about an OC you haven't properly drawn yet. Like, yeah, there's this guy. I know you haven't seen him, but you gotta trust me on the vibes here. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Hey, quick question. Why didn't no one ever tell me how fucking insane MASH is? Their commanding officer is a horse girl. The secretary has psychic powers. This guy walks around a 1950s military outpost in drag, and everyone's just like, hey, nice dress. The protagonist, who's supposed to be the best surgeon in the entire Korean War, spends every episode strutting around drunk in a Hawaiian shirt making homoerotic wisecracks and asking the nurses to step on him like some sort of unhinged bisexual Jimmy Buffett. Guys, what the hell is going on in this Army Doctor show? Isn't it beautiful? It's a really good show. To me, in 2016, if you're still on this website, fuck you, but I understand. Girl, you're not gonna believe this. Ah, trebuchet. Hey, sorry, can you stand a little further back and we can try again? Should I call it a tray bucket? No, don't call it that again. This sickens me. Boiling is a horrible way to cook chicken breast. But they look so happy about it. Good morning, cruel world. Don't you mean goodbye? No, I meant good morning. This world may be cruel, but I'm still kicking. Hell yeah, man. If you ever asked what the most erotic metal is, it's mercury. No doubt it's mercury. What does silver have that mercury can't do? Jewelry? Jewelry isn't erotic because of the silver. The eroticism is the gemstone inside. Being solid at room temperature? Psh, every bitch does that. It's just not sexy. You know, 9/11 could never happen today because the Twin Towers aren't there anymore for some reason. 9/11 could never happen today because it's January. To those watching probably in September right now, hi, listen, it's me from the past. You should really call that person you've been avoiding calling. I'm going to start a false crime podcast where I explain crimes that never actually happened. I'm going to do the crimes you explain, forcing you into having a true crime podcast. Why does this already feel like a show that exists? I'm bummed the Hawk Tua era is over. I had a real zinger of a dad joke. Well, go on, spill. Man, this is what makes people laugh lately. It's sleep-inducing levels of boring. Hawk Tua, more like Honk Shua. Yeah.
Suck out your brain. Oh. There's nothing. There's nothing. Oh no, I'm going to starve. Oh no.
An American eats 2 million pizzas every day. Which American? Pizza Georg. I wonder what this 200-year-old salamander thinks about nutrients. I could escape the narrative, actually. Rip to the rest of you, but I'm gonna get out of here. Scrolling through YouTube videos is wild because I'll see a video titled, Why You Should Use Netherstar-Backed Currencies in Minecraft. Then a few days later, I'll see why you shouldn't use Netherstar-backed currencies. And then a few days later, why Minecraft currency videos miss the point. It's like, damn, there's a lot of debate happening that I'm only tangentially aware of. I have that relationship with some video essayists on the fucking Zelda timeline, where one would be like, this is a major update to the Zelda timeline, and then someone would be like, this update doesn't even matter to the timeline, and then a third video will come out. It's like, The Legend of Zelda is about legends and not timelines. I'm like, all right, guys. For some reason, I've been calling myself a little baby bitch whenever I mess something up. It's not even self-deprecation. I just do this stuff whenever I mildly struggle. Like a little baby bitch. What if Blorbo from my shows was Blorbo from real life? That'd be crazy. Why would anyone want their characters to come to life? Heated blankets aren't enough. Throw me into the sun. Icarus, you did not. Supposed to have 10K to me. No, please. I ask for so little. Children in horror movies are great because they commit. Trying to get an adult to scream in terror requires them to unlearn all the societal teachings that tell them not to be loud or startling. Children are ready to put 110% of their lung capacity into making a noise at any time. Man, I miss those days. Slime girl bondage? Oh. My body is a machine that turns normal situations into psychological horror. Ah, I see you're a fellow anxiety haver as well. In the movie Minions 2015, Scarlet Overkill claims that one of the minions would go to heaven after she kills him. This is a minor error, as it is objectively impossible for both the minions and a loving God to exist in the same universe. I don't know, but you're right. Anyone asking about my politics in 2026, like, my politics or whatever this is. This seems much better. U.S. Americans living in houses made out of paper set an impossible standard of masculinity for angry men in other countries. Koyele, French Kyle, downing a nicotine Red Bull and attempting to put a hole through the 1,000-year-old cobblestone wall in his bedroom. You know, this issue came to light when in Jersey Shore Family Vacation, when the gang went to Italy, and fuckhead Mike slammed his head into an 800-year-old concrete wall full speed, expecting it to be upstate New York plywood, and got a neck injury and looked like this for the rest of the season. I guess that's what happens when your name is fuckhead Mike. Not water gives grape soda. Didn't Jesus do something similar to that? He's back. In soda fountain form. Fanta di Cristo. This casually resting my limp wrist against the hilt of my sword pose is so slutty. Okay, whore. Have you ever worn a sword on your hip like this? This pose is literally the most comfortable position to put your hand. Conclusion. Swords make you slutty. And I mean this in the most positive way possible. Too much Undertale Deltarune content has me playing other games and thinking, well, naturally, at some point, they must address the separation between player and player character, their status as a vessel, and the inherent unfairness of having us control their life, right? As if that's just a normal thing for video games to contain. Do you think Mario resents me for making him drive a go-kart? Do you think the Bandicoot does not want to crash into things? I'm going to write my post at a Dutch angle to convey my ongoing descent into madness. Hey, what if I just, Yeah, there we go. Ah, let me guess. You want me to teach Dragon Ascent to your Pokemon, am I correct? Oh, you don't seem to have Rayquaza, the only Pokemon that can learn Dragon Ascent. Oh, so this guy's purpose in life is to hang out in a Pokemon Center on Pony Island and tutor one move that only one Pokemon can learn. A legendary post-game Pokemon from Hoenn 1/4 generations ago. And that Pokemon naturally knows that move anyway. Well, fuck me, I'm getting a new job. I'll be standing in Dunkin' Donuts on Staten Island tutoring Spanish, but only if you're early 19th Venezuelan military leader, Simón Bolívar. I think this also just makes me realize that the Pokemon universe is kind of fucking stupid sometimes, am I right?
What? You want me to throw it? You did bring it back. Okay, Ronnie, ready? Oh! Oh, yeah! Let's see if she comes back. Oh, shit. Wait. Wait! Good girl. I just learned about dopamine decor and I feel crazy.
Dopamine decor is the idea of decorating your space in a way that makes you feel good. The dopamine decor trend emerged on TikTok as in
TikTok people are just now discovering you could put things in your living space that you like. Guys!
Every TikTok is like, have you heard of the Saturday theory? And then it's like, people like to have fun on Saturdays.
Do TikTok people just not like have parents or guardians that could just tell them about normal shit? You know, it's really annoying to get advertised to. And in this specific instance, while listening to music, and you aren't going to catch me paying for Spotify or YouTube Music or anything like that. And typically, I can avoid it by nature of owning many CDs. But recently, in probably my weirdest move to date, I've begun using the Project Sekai Colorful Stage music video editor to be able to listen to those songs without ads. And like, am I cooked or genius here? Real question.
Sometimes the greatest geniuses were already cooked from the start. You know, the government has to deal with printer companies to put near invisible yellow dots in every document on a home printer that can be scanned to say when it was printed, what model, and the serial number of the printer that have been doing it since the 1980s. Sounds like something an insane conspiracy theorist would say, but it's completely true. I'm sure I can understand the security reasons for this, but I don't like it.
The existence of a safe word also implies the existence of a danger word that you can use to instantly turn any sexual event
into a combat encounter.
Yeah, it's 3.
Roll for initiative.
Every time someone says, hey, how are you? And I say, good, and forget to add the how about you, I feel like I missed a QuickTime event.
And now they hate me. Yes, we are all very impressed with the depth of your research. Your 27 citations in 2 sentences, however, goes past impressive and becomes your historical article looks like the goddamn Warrior Cat's wiki page for Firestar.
Oh, you meant that literally.
Goddamn, Warrior Cats fandom, you good?
Tragic. When a thing gets hate for being woke trash and you look into it, and it's not even that woke. Like, come on, man, I was promised monocle-popping gay commie propaganda. And this is just a video game with a woman in it. She doesn't even have blue hair.
Bruh, AU where Sauron literally pours all of his cruelty and malice and will to dominate all life into the One Ring, and then just fucking stares at it for 5 seconds before dropping it on the ground and leaving because without all that stuff, he's nice now.
I need this.
So, like, I went to the forest that makes you have, like, multiple pronouns and, like, accidentally touched some poison ivy there. Now I'm itchy. Oh, come the fuck on! Did you know Holy Grail is short for Holy Grind Rail? A technique Jesus used to get around Jerusalem quickly. Jesus being a carpenter is actually a common misinterpretation of the text. He shredded a different kind of board.
This is so youth pastory.
If your youth pastor is telling you about the Holy Grail, you are probably being indoctrinated by the Knights Templar.
Hey, if we get to skateboard everywhere, I'm fucking in. The problem with the whole listen to your body thing is my body is always telling me it's a great time to get cozy in bed. Except critically, at bedtime. Ravings and urges get miscoded over time. Let's say you're thirsty and you live in a strawberry field. Strawberries contain some water and a bunch of sugar, so over time, you may start to crave strawberries when you're thirsty because you get a reward and some relief in shorter time from the need starting than the trek to the stream. This can happen for every need sleep, food, whatever. Trevor Noah has a great tip that when he craves ice cream at night, he breaks it down into parts. I want something cold. I want something sweet. He drinks a glass of ice cold water, then waits to see if he still has the ice cream craving. Usually, he doesn't. So listening to your body isn't follow every urge, but decompose the urge to discover the underlying need. If you always feel like getting cozy in bed, you may be cold, dehydrated, and or malnourished. Maybe a need for high calories that are bioaccessible, not processed. If you do not feel tired at bedtime, you may need to eat dinner earlier because your body is still digesting, need to exercise, or go outside more during the day. Get the fuck off your screen for an hour so your brain can enter sleep mode. Hope this helps someone. P.S. Notice I said nothing about neurodivergence. Not that it's a likelihood, but the overpathologization of behaviors prevents us from taking simple actions to improve our well-being. Also, these tips are pretty accessible and applicable to most brain variations. Everyone needs to know, at least a little, neuroscience. Thoughts on women? I've gotten better at dodging their acid attacks.
Have you? I guess we'll see.
In a hoarse accent. Help. The horse equivalent of being lost in this house. What the fuck is a horse accent?
When I was a toddler, I thought God was an imperceivable web of white pulsing membrane stretched over itself a million times, and I thought he lived inside the wooden pulpit at my church.
Do you want to, start a cult? I'm sorry if I'm being too forward.
In general, how do you feel about Discord integrating AI features? We'd love to hear your overall thoughts and any concerns you might have.
I hate it, and I would genuinely start using carrier pigeons instead. I'm so fucking over it.
Oh, so you'd rather use eugenics on animals and abuse them instead?
I was about to get violent, then I saw the handle. I'm fucking crying, man. This is a very risky account to have on Tumblr. Godspeed.
Someone just literally interrupted me mid-conversation to tell me, what wonderful big dark eyes I've got. And on one hand, extremely flattering that she couldn't even wait until the end of my sentence to comment on this. On the other hand, did she have to say it like I'm the big bad wolf?
You might be.
Would you rather use the app, smiley face?
I cannot begin to describe how much I wouldn't.
Too much movement makes your joints hurt, and too little movement also makes your joints hurt. This would imply that there's an optimal amount of movement that allows your joints to not hurt. This is a lie. The moment you are born, your joints are hurt. That's why babies always cry. We were critiquing character designs in class today when there was a really good one, and someone turned to the artist, holding their laptop, the screen of which just said, wood, in big trackpad drawn letters. I mean, that's how you know you did a good job, right? Right? At least that's what the internet tells me about mine. Hello, gamers. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, do the like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm just kind of standing here in the booth saying these things, looking at a book, wondering if you've read it yet. I hope you did. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. It's time for K. Is that a baby? Is that a baby? それは赤ちゃんですか?